Holly's just going to check out the creek off the ridge there, and I'm going to make my way through here because I know there's a bit of a deep pool over there with blackfish in it, and I want to catch a blackfish. And here it is, the blackfish pool. One of two. There's one up there and there's one here. I'll try this one first.
Hey you! You're watching Holly and Robbie fishing.
Now one day last year I fished this hole for blackfish and I've done really well, but just recently this big green branch has fallen in, making it very snaggy. I don't know how I'm going to go this year. I might even be better to cross over there and just fish on that side actually. I'll go over there and do that, I think. Now look at that, now I can just lower that in there and try and catch a blackfish. While I'm waiting for my first bite, I'm just going to wander up here and check out this next hole. That looks nice under that log there. What I might do is I might just try that hole for a little while, then I might come up here a little bit later on and try in here. I put my line in, I went for a walk up there and checked out the pool. Then I went for a walk and checked out that pool. Now I've come back and my line's moving a little bit. I wonder if there's a fish just sitting on it. There is too, you know, look at that. My first blackfish of the night. It's very small blackfish, but it's my first fish of the evening. I'll get a quick photo of him. He's just lip hooked and that's good, so I'll just throw him over there. I'll leave the same worm on. I've got a little split shot here and a small hook with a single janjuk worm underneath. I'm just going to put that straight back in where it was with the exact same worm on. That happened earlier than I thought it would. Now before it gets any darker, I just want to tell you that blackfish bite best at sunset. They bite throughout the night and they bite during the day. You catch them during the day as well. But that sunset time, from about half dark until full dark, is my favourite time. As a result, most of my blackfish fishing videos are very dark. There's always somebody that will complain about it being too dark, but I can't really do much about it. I have got lots of O-lights. I could hang my O-light swivel from one of these trees, or two of them, and just get heaps of light on the water. But guess what? The blackfish would think that it's daytime and I wouldn't catch any. They need that darkness to come out and feed comfortably. So, unfortunately, this video could be a little bit dark. I've just had a little bit of a nibble. There it goes again. Something sniffing around my worm. I say worm and not worms, because I've only got the one worm on there. The old janjuk worms are quite big and fat, and when I'm fishing for these small blackfish, one is enough. One worm is enough. Actually, last year, I caught a blackfish in this very pool that would have almost been legal size, which is 30 centimetres long. But one worm's still more than enough. I'll just check that bait after that last bite, and that's exactly why. Just in case there was a blackfish on there. Oh, he got off. No, I'm not going to get a photo of him. He gone. Oh, that's a bit soft just there. Oh, well, I'm counting it. That's 2. 3 if I count the tree as well. He was a larger fish and I was hoping to get a photo, but he got going before I had a chance. Now I'm keeping my voice down here because I'm literally fishing 1.5 meters from where I'm sitting. So it makes sense to be nice and quiet. In another 10 or 15 minutes before it's too dark, I'm going to wander up there and fish next to that log. There's a bit of a deep pool under that log, so I'll give this spot a little while, then I'm going to go and try that spot as well. I'm just sending Holly a text message. You can come down if you want to, but if you do, can you please bring the torch off the back seat? I forgot to bring a torch with me. Well, brought one with me, it's in the car. The car's way up there. While I've still got a little bit of light left, I might wander up and fish that next pool. Then I'll come back and sit over there and fish this pool when it's darker. Can't even see my line. Oh, there it is. There's a fish on it. I'll be buggered. Wasn't expecting that. Couldn't even see a bite. Blackfish number 3. I'm counting the second one that got off. See you later, mate. Put him down there. How's my worm looking? Do I need a new worm? Oh, he's mangled that one a bit. I'll put a fresh worm on before I put that back in, I think. I've caught 3 fish on that worm. What I might do is just lower that back down in there. Nice deep little pool in there. Could be a large one there if I'm lucky. Just had a bite. He's still nibbling at it. Okay, he's got that. And he has got it. Number 4. There's a few in this creek. Let's come up here to where I can cool my hand down, get it nice and wet and cool. That water is very cool. This is the biggest one tonight so far. Come on, it'll take 2 seconds and you'll be unhooked. Oops, see you later, mate. Right. That's 2 under this one log. I put that same worm on just for a minute. It's still wiggling. That 4, 3 landed and 1 sort of landed. I wouldn't mind actually just going up, having a cast in the bridge hole. There's a bridge just there. There's always fish in the bridge hole on any creek. Bridge holes and pump holes always seem to have fish in them. In my last blackfish fishing video, somebody asked me how to lip hook them. I don't always lip hook them. There's a bite there now. I don't always lip hook them. But if you watch your rod closely, if you just leave your rod and go back to your campfire and come back later on, they're almost always going to be gut hooked. But if you just sit here and watch and wait for a nibble, then you strike while the fish is biting, you'll quite often hook them in the lip with the hook. The trick is don't give them too much time with the worms. If you're getting a bite and you strike and you miss the fish, that's okay, because the fish will almost always come back anyway. You're better to have half a dozen strikes where you miss the hook up than to just leave it there and wait until it hooks itself with blackfish. Got to be something in the bridge hole. There's always something in the bridge hole. Holly's walking through the bush looking for me. I'm up here. How do you yell to someone without being quiet, without making too much noise? Something's nibbling at them worms. I can see my line floating on the water and it's just sort of moving backwards and forwards. I just started forward a little bit. There's a fish biting that, just for the nibble. There's a nibble. Got him. It was a larger one. Well, that's a nice sized blackfish. That's a very large, that's very soft. That's a very large blackfish. That's definitely a legal blackfish. The minimum size is 30 centimetres, and I'll tell you what, that's every bit of 32 or 33 centimetres long, that blackie. Wow. That is a very good sized blackfish for the northern side of the Great Dividing Range. That is a lovely sized blackfish for the northern side of the Great Dividing Range. See you later, mate. Off he goes. Awesome. That's the biggest blackfish that I've caught for quite some time. I reckon where there's one, there's got to be more. I can just see a little bit of fishing line sitting on the water. I'm just watching that to see if it pulls forward or not. If it does, that will indicate a bite. It's gone. There's a nibble. I just had a nibble. Got him. It's only a little one. Back to reality with another small one. Another small blackie. That last fish stole my worm, so I'm going to go a fresh one. And I might drop it in this other hole here. This is the second hole that I fished. Holly's holding the light for me. Isn't she just great?
Can I put UV on it?
Not yet. Can you stand off for a tick? Thanks, Phil. So I can see what I'm doing. Right, I'll sit that there for a second, see if I can...
Just drop it right there.
That's where the deep part is, right there next to that tree. I think those kookaburras are laughing at us. There's a fish on there, look.
I thought you were getting a bite, but I thought it was just a current.
Can you turn the torch on? Turn it on, double click it so it lightens everything up so everyone can see. Here we go. This is the second biggest one of the evening. I'm going to pop over here to where I can wet my hand. Do you want to try and... Yeah, you can point the camera at me. You shine me up and point the camera at me. Right, I've got this nice blackfish here. It's probably close to the legal size of 30 centimetres. It's quite a nice fish. Unfortunately, it's the first one tonight that swallowed the hook. So I'm just going to bite through the line. I'll bring that over and show you so you can get a good look at him. Now we'll put it back in the creek here. Ready? Blackfish, see you later, mate. And off he goes. I've got a friend, Gary. Gary had a blackfish in a tank a couple of years ago, and he'd hooked it. He caught it in a dam. He's got some in his dam, and one of them was gut hooked. So he broke the line and he put it in his fish tank. And the very next morning, he found that hook with a bit of line attached sitting on the bottom of the tank. Somehow, he's got no idea how the blackfish coughed that hook up. Hopefully that blackfish can do the same. Holly and I are going to shine this little Olight arc feld into the water and see if we can see any blackfish. I put it in turbo mode. Can you see any?
There.
Where?
Look.
Where?
There. Over there, look. Over there. Do that log. Go on under the log.
Oh, I just got a glimpse of it just then. I didn't even see it. Holly saw one. Look, there's another one. Just took off under the log there then. There was two out in the open. They do that. They during the day they hide under these logs and stuff. And then you shine the light on at night time, they just come out. There's another little one just there. I don't know whether the camera's picking it up or not, but that's three. Let's see what's down here. Well, we've seen three, but I don't know whether the camera's managed to see any of them.
There, there's like three of them.
Oh yeah, I see them, little ones, yeah.
There's another one over there. Look.
Yeah, I can see them, look. I think that's a little trout, that one, actually. There are trout in this creek, and I think that might have been a little trout. You wait here, I'm going to walk down there, because you can't cross there in your runners, and I'll have a look down in there, okay? I'll be back in a second. You good with that? You good with that?
You end up seeing everything.
I don't think Bro liked the idea of me coming down here without it. Right, what's in here? Holly told me I'd end up seeing everything. I haven't seen anything. Oh, there's a little fish. A little one. What is that? That's a trout. That's a small trout. Right, I've made my way to the bridge hole. Let's see what we can see. It's very deep in there. It's easy to see why the biggest fish of the night came out of there. Wow. It's super deep and I can see the bottom super easy. There's a blackfish just cruising around. Oh, the size of that big one under that rock there. I don't know whether... Oh, he just took off. There was a huge one just under that rock there just then. I wonder if it was the one that I caught and released or whether it was a different one. It had to be 30 or 35 centimetres long. Certainly one of the biggest blackfish I've seen for a while. What's up here? There's a log jam. There's a little blackfish right there in the middle of the creek. See him? Got the torch shining right on him. He's not spooked for some reason, that one. He's quite comfortable with my presence. Well folks, so I caught half a dozen blackfish. I reckon I must have just saw 20 or more with the torch. What an awesome evening I've had. Thank you all very much for watching. Oh, and Holly's got a new tongue piercing. Isn't it fancy?